Here's a question that you should be able to answer. What patterns keep showing up in your last 30 client conversations? Not what you think shows up, what your actual notes say. If you freeze on that question, your AI is also frozen because the AI you're using to run your business does not know what your business looks like from the inside. It knows what the internet looks like. It does not know what your last 3 project postmortems had in common. It does not know why you lost that client in March. It does not know the objection you keep hearing on sales calls that you keep forgetting to write down. It's working blind, and the fix takes about 20 minutes. Right now, most solopreneurs use AI in one of 2 ways. Way 1, you open ChatGPT, paste a prompt, get an answer, and close the tab. Next session, you start over. No continuity, no memory, no learning curve. Every conversation is like a first date. Okay, so now way number 2. You have a project with a long system prompt that explains your business. And this feels like progress, but the system prompt is still abstract. It says things like, I run a service business helping founders with X. It does not contain the actual messy evidence of what a typical Tuesday looks like. Both ways produce output that sounds right, but lands wrong, because AI doesn't have your ground truth. It has generic business knowledge with your name stapled on it. And this is the part that stings. You have the ground truth. It's sitting in your calendar notes, your CRM, your project folders, your email archive. You have years of specific high signal data about how your business actually works. You have never fed it to AI. A few months ago, Greg Isenberg ran a deep walkthrough with a guy named Vin, who uses Obsidian and Claude Code together. I'll link to that video in the description below. And the thing Vin showed is simple to the point of almost being boring. He just writes down what happens every day, notes from meetings, thoughts on projects, patterns he notices, ideas that land. It lives in markdown files. It's not pretty, it's not structured, it's just his brain externalized. Then he points Claude Code at those files and he asks questions like, what patterns do you see across my last 90 days? What ideas keep coming back? Where am I spending time that isn't producing results? And Claude finds things he didn't see because he wrote those notes in different contexts on different days without connecting them. But the AI can connect them. It can read thousands of files at once and surface the overlap. This is not a note-taking hack. This is a decision-making system because what Vin is doing is exactly what every solopreneur and business owner needs. He's using AI to see the patterns in his own data, not the world's data, his own. You can do this today. You do not need Obsidian, you don't need Claude, although I do recommend using Obsidian with Claude Cowork. You only really need one thing though, a folder of plain text files, markdown files that represent the actual operations of your business. Here is the minimum viable setup. Step 1, pick a place to write. This could be your notes app, Obsidian, a folder of text on your computer, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you write down 3 things per day. Number 1, one thing that you learned from a client conversation. Number 2, one decision you made and why. And number 3, one pattern that you noticed. Make sure that these aren't essays, bullet points, 3 sentences each. All right, step 2, build the habit. 2 weeks of this gives you nearly 50 files. That is enough. You don't need a year of notes to start. You need enough data so that AI can find a thread that you missed. Step number 3, feed it to AI. If you use Claude, paste the relevant files into a project folder, then point Claude at that folder. Here's how to do this. So I'm here using the Claude desktop app. I'll link to this here in the description below to the desktop app. And I have a Claude Cowork feature selected up here in the upper left-hand corner. So as you can see, there's chat, there's Cowork, and then there's code. I have Cowork selected. Now, what you can do is you can point Claude to a particular folder on your computer. Here, I'm just going to click on Work in a Project, and I'm going to select Ideaverse Pro 0.5. And now, Claude is pointed at this folder. So this folder is the main folder in my Obsidian vault. Claude can now read all of the content that is within this folder. All right, so here's an example of what an Obsidian vault might look like when you use the Obsidian app, which is a personal knowledge management system app. I have a variety of different folders and subfolders here to stay organized, but you can really make this as simple or complex as you want. And if you guys want a deeper dive more into the vault that I'm using, feel free to leave a comment on this video, and I could definitely prioritize making videos about that. If I bring up my Finder window here, then you can see an example of what an Obsidian vault looks like when viewed through the Finder application. So as you can see, an Obsidian vault is actually just a series of folders and markdown files that live on your computer. Now that you have Claude pointed to the right folder, ask these questions. This is where it gets useful. The prompts matter less than the posture. You're not asking for writing here from Claude. You're asking for pattern recognition. So start with these questions. Number 1, read these files. What topics keep coming up that I haven't acted on? This surfaces the recurring idea you keep telling yourself is not ready yet, but it's actually ready. You've thought about it 12 times. The AI can count on them. Number 2, what objections do I keep hearing from clients? Your CRM probably has a field for this. If not, your notes do. The AI will find the sentence your clients keep saying that you keep forgetting to build a response to. Number 3, where am I spending time that isn't moving the needle? This is the most dangerous question because it might tell you something that you don't want to hear, but it's the one that saves you the most money. Number 4, what is the strongest idea in these files that I should pursue right now? Give AI the permission to be opinionated. Do not ask for a list of 5 options. Ask for the best one, then ask why. Then decide. All right, so here's what not to do. There's 2 primary traps. Trap number 1 is building the perfect note system before you have any notes. Don't spend 3 weeks setting up Obsidian plugins and folder structures and tagging conventions. You don't have enough data yet. The structure will emerge from the writing, not the other way around. Write first and then organize later. Trap number 2, asking your AI to summarize your notes back to you. The goal is not a summary. The goal is a pattern you did not see. If you ask, what did I write last month? You get a list. If you ask what connects these entries that I wouldn't notice on my own, you get the insight. Your business generates data every day. It generates data from every call, every email, and every decision. And right now that data is sitting in a folder or a CRM in your inbox doing absolutely nothing. AI can read it. AI can connect to it. AI can show you patterns that you keep missing, but only if you write it down. 1 sentence about every client call, 1 bullet about why you made a certain decision, 1 note about the objection that you heard for the 3rd time this week. This is the input. The AI does the rest. You already have the data. You just haven't fed it to anything yet. So start this week. 1 person, 1 problem, 1 folder of notes. That's the whole system. So if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. Also, go ahead and let me know what sort of content you'd like to see moving forward. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.